For my second honors experience, I was a teaching assistant for the first year engineering class, that is the ENED 1100 course. So this experience involved attending classes under my professor Dr. Kwemi with my fellow TAs Daniel and Ikran. So the ENED 1100 is an introductory freshman engineering course where they cover a variety of topics, and I would attend class twice a week on Monday and Wednesdays from 2:30 to 4:30 p.m., where we would be teaching the students concepts. So the professor would be teaching, and then there would be in-class activities that we would distribute throughout the class, and then we would help the professor with these activities and explaining to students any difficult concepts that they do not understand. And how it would work is, if a student has a question, we would help them solve it, but we wouldn't give them the answer. We would explain to them the process so that they can go through the process of finding the answer themselves, and so they can learn from the class. This was very helpful to me because it was interesting to see how to share knowledge without providing the answer to students, and it taught me a lot about explaining concepts, which I think will be very useful in my co-op when I have to explain concepts to my seniors or explain it to a fellow co-op. Um, Another thing that we did is I would help grade. So the TAs are responsible for majority of the grading, like 90% of all the assignments that exist. So that is the homework. So there's the homework every week. There's a CFU, which stands for check for understanding. So towards the end of the class, every alternate class, we have a CFU. So the professor will have a question which checks if the student understands what was happening in the class. It would be like a Python problem or an Excel problem. It would be a short drawing, and then I would grade that along with homeworks, and then I would also grade tests. So we had four tests throughout the ENED semester. We had one midterm, two exams, and then one final that I helped grade. So we would do these gradely assignments. We would week these gradely and divide it amongst our fellow TAs. So one week I would do a CFU, the next week I would do a homework, and so on. Over the semester, I also conducted 7 peer mentoring sessions, which are very crucial. So in these peer mentoring sessions, we take our group of students to a different room. And so the class would be divided into 3 separate peer mentoring sessions. So I would get one, Ikran would get one, and then Daniel would get one. And then I would be responsible for conducting whatever the topic for the peer mentoring session is. We had various topics. We had a session about mental health, a session about exam prep, session about microaggression, session about diversity in engineering, and it was a lot of fun talking to the students about my experience as a freshman and how I could help them be better prepared for upcoming courses and help them with any questions that they might have had. So that was what I did majority as an ENED TA. It was a lot of fun, and it was a very great learning experience, learning how to work with people, also learning how to teach these students, grade assignments, follow rubrics, and everything along the line. And throughout the semester, another thing other than just the ENED, what I had as the honors experience was I was mentored by Dr. Kastner, who is the leader for this honors experience, um, for first year engineering courses. So we had to write a reflection every week for the first 7 weeks. So he would send us an article or a TEDx video where it would be about leadership, something related to leadership or communication, where we would watch the video and then we would write a 1 page reflection. So I would send these in with Dr. Kess, and he would review them and get back to me on them. And then once I was done with these reflections, I had to make a final artifact. So this could range from anything from homework to a CFU to an in-class activity, but it had to involve a certain topic. So for my final artifact, I chose a Python conditional module. So this is using if else statements in Python. It can be done in various ways. So how we did this is me and Dr. Kessler worked together and decided that the videos that the students watch for Python conditionals is actually robot voice. So it's an AI generated voice with the script. So it doesn't seem very genuine sometimes. So what I did is I took the slides from that, gave it my own twist, and helped the students. So I read out the slides, but it was with a change in script, and I did live coding for the problems. So I would explain to them, okay, these are the problems, and then I would code it in front of them. So I would screen record my coding process, and I would explain to them, and I would make mistakes on purpose, like, oh, I forgot a colon of the if loop. Don't make this mistake, right? So that would be very helpful for the students, and Dr. Cashner liked that very much, and it might be something that we'll implement for the remaining of the modules over the summer. So that is very insightful as well. And then I had to make a deliverable, so I chose to make an in-class activity. So just in the format of the in-class activities that we do in class, it was a task that I made in Python conditional that involved using if, elif, and else loops to determine a bonus of an employee. So you would provide a salary, you'd provide how much how many years he has been in the company. So the more number of years you've been in the company, the higher your bonuses. And this was done using if else loops. So that pretty much concluded my honors experience, and this is my reflection video for it. You can find out about my final artifact on my portfolio website. I have put it there, and that pretty much concludes it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.